All right, Kaepernick is back. Skip, what do you make of this?
Jenny, Shannon, I make of it that Chip Kelly is trying to get out from under Colin Kaepernick. He's trying to get this over with quickly by giving Colin a shot on a very short leash. And I, for one, no Chip Kelly fan, I am hoping that Colin Kaepernick sticks it back to Chip Kelly by lighting it up starting up in Buffalo on Sunday. These two are now playing a game of very high-stakes poker. You mentioned the contract renegotiation. According to today's USA Today, they're very close to a new deal that would basically void the last 4 years of the current contract, for which the 49ers owe Colin Kaepernick a cap hit of about $20 million a year. That's a lot of money. And in exchange, Colin will get his free agency next March. The 49ers also get out from it under any injury guarantees they would have to pay him if, in fact, he got hurt through this little audition he's about to get. So Colin Kaepernick's giving up a lot to get out from under Chip Kelly, to me. And from Chip Kelly's side, I think he's still where he keeps saying that he is publicly, that he sees a Colin Kaepernick that had 3 different surgeries in the offseason. He's not as big because he lost about 20 pounds. He's not as strong as he used to be. He's not quite as fast, according to Chip Kelly, as he used to be. And I'm going to point up again. Our Michael Lombardi, sitting right here in this seat, said that from his insiders in the 49ers, that the view of Chip Kelly and the 49ers brass is that Christian Ponder is playing at a higher level in practice than either Blaine Gabbert or Colin Kaepernick. That their future, they think, at least their short-term future, is more in the hands of Christian Ponder. So if I know Chip Kelly, he wants to get Colin Kaepernick over with quickly and get on to the Christian Ponder experiment. He's still just 28 years of age. I didn't know he's still in the league for a while, but again, they're going to give him a shot, and this would be vintage Chip Kelly to say, watch what I can do with a former pretty high pick in Christian Ponder. So it brings us back to what else is Chip Kelly trying to do here? I think he was feeling some pressure, maybe from his management, to go ahead and give Colin Kaepernick a shot and not keep running the risk of looking like he was keeping Colin on the bench because Colin has been so outspoken and because as the starting quarterback, Chip might view him as a potential even bigger distraction than he's been as the backup quarterback. And we all know how suspicious it appeared in Philadelphia that Chip got rid of a couple of very high-profile, outspoken black stars of his.
Very good ones.
Yeah, very good ones in Deshaun and LaShawn. They're going to have to face LaShawn this Sunday in Buffalo. And during those days, he also kept one Riley Cooper after Riley Cooper publicly uttered the N-word. So it looked bad. This is starting to look bad for Chip Kelly. And if you'll allow this one reference, you know what this is starting to feel like to me? Forgive me for bringing up the name, but Tim Tebow 2011 in Denver. John Elway, John Fox finally said, you know, we're feeling a lot of pressure. Everybody says, give Tebow a chance. So let's throw him into the fire. They were 1-4. The 49ers are 1-4. Let's throw him in because I think John Elway thought that Tim would pretty quickly fail. And he didn't play very well, but they won the first game. He played pretty poorly in the second game, but they'll let him have another shot. And then they had to give him another shot, and they end up winning the division, obviously, and winning a playoff game. I'm hoping that Colin Kaepernick, who's proven to be a better quarterback than Tim Tebow, because obviously once upon a time he took this team all the way to within one throw of winning a Super Bowl, I'm hoping that he can regain Colin Kaepernick form. I don't know what's happened to him over the last couple of years. He's obviously regressed badly, but I am hoping, because I saw a flash in that last preseason game. He got to start that one at San Diego on military night. How ironic was that? And Colin Kaepernick took them right down the field, hitting 6 out of 8 passes, ran a couple times for 30 yards, and they scored a touchdown. I know it was against backups because it was the last preseason game, but I am hoping that Colin Kaepernick can do to Chip Kelly what Tim Tebow for a while did to John Elway and John Fox. Light it up, win games, make them eat their words, and make them look like fools, because then he could hit the free agent market free as a bird, and maybe he could command another big salary.
Skip, you know what, and Jenny, you know what I always find funny? When the head coach says, I'm making a quarterback change, but it's not his fault, when that's the only position on the offense that they change. So basically what you are saying, it is his fault.
So he didn't blame Gabbert,
And
right?
yes.
Yeah.
What I'm starting to see, and Chip Kelly said 2 weeks ago, he's not 100% healthy. He's not the player that he once was. He can't run 4-5, and he can't throw the ball all over the field. But in the past 2 weeks, I noticed Colin Kaepernick got a lot healthier the worse Blaine Gabbert played.
That's
you
true.
noticed that too, Skip?
Yes, I did.
I said, oh, wait a minute here. So he's not the same guy he once was. He can't run as fast. He can't throw it as well. But now you're going to play this guy that just 2 weeks ago you said he wasn't that same guy anymore. See, this was never about the protest. It was never about that, Skip. It was always about getting out from under that $14.5 million guaranteed contract.
Yep.
Because here it is. Colin Kaepernick is a running quarterback. He's more susceptible to getting injury. So now if he gets injured, not only are you on the hook for the rest of the salary this year, if he can't pass the physical by April 1st of 2017, you're also on the hook for $14.5 million.
You are.
What I don't get about Colin Kaepernick, when you know this is your style of play, you're more apt to get injured or suffer an injury. You don't take out less insurance, you take out more insurance. It's almost like it's pay for play. Colin, we'll let you start, but this is what we want you to do for us. Think about this. Colin, we want to let you play, but if you get hurt on our watch, we want to be less liable on the back end.
Okay.
How does that work? Under work pretense in the National Football League, will someone, a team, because I believe this is team oriented. This is not Chip Kelly's move. This is the team's move.
Okay.
Says, we're going to let you play, but you have to give us some assurances, or we're going to renegotiate the injury settlement. If you were to get hurt, we're going to renegotiate that down. Now, this is the same Colin Kaepernick that would not go to Denver because they say, we don't want to pay you this guaranteed, but we will give you an opportunity to earn that in incentives. He said, no, I want some assurances. But now you going to take less money on the injury settlement to play for a team that didn't want you. Because normally when a team wants you, Skip, they don't allow you to go seek a trade. They allowed Colin Kaepernick to go shop himself around. The Broncos wanted him, but they weren't willing to pay him $12.9 million.
I got it.
Not in guarantees, but we'll give you this, but we'll give you the opportunity to make the 12.5 or the 12.9, which you're guaranteed this year. He said, no, because something might happen, then blah, blah, blah. So now, Skip, they were going to get rid of Colin Kaepernick anyway. He voided in the last 4. They were never going to pay Colin Kaepernick $20 million.
Okay.
Whether he voided the final 4 years or not.
So they made a bargain. They said, basically, Colin, if you will give up your injury protection, and he had to give it up because he had it already.
Yes.
If you give it up, we will let you audition for other teams. And I don't know if they've guaranteed him X starts, like 2 starts or 3 starts or what starts. I don't know. But they said, we're going to give you a chance because if he says no to that, if he says, I'm standing by my contract, I'm standing by my opinion that they would not have played him a snap the rest of the year. Right?
Guess what? And you're absolutely right, Skip. And I sit right back there and I draw them fat checks. Because why am I giving up something to play? Normally, most teams, most coaches says, I want the best 11 players on the field at a given time. If Colin Kaepernick is better than Blaine Gabbert, why should he have to give up any assurances to play?
But they don't think he's better than Blaine Gabbert or Christian Ponder. Okay?
If Christian Ponder was so good, here's a guy, they took him in the first round, and then 2 years later, they drafted Teddy Bridgewater in the second round. They thought he was that good. He was at the Raiders, and the Raiders cut him.
They did?
This is what we do know. Colin Kaepernick might not be what he once was, but he's better than Blaine Gabbert would ever be.
I agree.
Christian Ponder, listen, they can say all this and all. It's funny how stuff, when they want things to leak out, it's funny how it gets out.
And by the way, just quick point of order, my friend Jim Trotter also reported today on ESPN, it was last night, the Overnight Sports Center, exactly what Michael Lombardi said, that they prefer Christian Ponder to either quarterback. So that got validated.
Why not put him in?
I don't know. Because you need to get out from under Colin Kaepernick first.
See?
You have to get out from, you have to make a deal with him. We're going to give you an audition. Again, I don't know if they sort of agreed on X games here. I don't know how long he's going to go, but if he lights it up, it's going to be hard to pull him because there'll be so much public pressure.
If that's the case, why not just do what the Redskins did with RG3? Just put him on the bench and rid yourself at the end of the year. You don't have to worry about it. You got to pay him this year regardless. He's not going to get injured standing on the sideline.
Nope.
So now you're rid of that contract in 2017. You were never going to pick up that option and pay Colin Kaepernick $20 million next season. So all this auditioning, so now I'm really looking at him side-eye because you're telling me that the best quarterback that gives you the best chance of winning, you're going to keep him on the bench? What sense does that make?